A nerd, nerd, nerd. A nerd, nerd, nerd.
I dare to begin. Yes. Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome to finally.
Welcome to Finally.
This is finally beginning. My name is Lara Ricote.
My name is Abby Wamba, and I am
Rala
and Baby.
Colon.
The big idea.
That's the name of our podcast. Just one more time for the listeners. Rala and Baby.
The big idea. One more time for our listeners.
Rala and Baby,
the big idea.
And that's the last time for our listeners. Until the next episode of Rala and Baby. The big idea.
Rala and Baby, the big idea. And welcome.
And welcome.
This is a great thing that we're doing for you.
Honestly, we do think that. That's the thing we think.
Yeah, the reason that this podcast exists is because we have been talking for 3 to 5 hours every week for
maybe a couple years now.
Yeah, a long time.
No, it kind of started in a serious way maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah. And a lot of the time when we're talking like that, we're like, oh, people would get a lot from listening to this.
Well, because of the stuff we're talking about. We're talking about stuff that you guys would probably like to hear about, and so we're extending it to you guys.
Yeah.
And also, we're together for pretty much, we're barely together in the same place for long periods of time.
Yeah.
Although our relationship is kind of magical in that we never have to think about it, and then we end up together. Yeah. Probably because of comedy festivals, but also because of other stuff, random.
Yeah.
And we're together right now at Melbourne International Comedy Festival in Melbourne, Australia.
Melbourne International Comedy Festival in Melbourne, Australia. We're at Level 6 Studio. Level 6 for life.
Level 6 for life. And that means that's Reese and Kyron who have lent us this studio, which is very kind of them. And they definitely support us. And they are Comedy Republic, and you should go there if you're in Melbourne. That's just an extra aside, just to say that right up at the top. All of that to say that we are finally beginning our podcast. This is the first episode of our podcast. Yes, we recorded one yesterday. It's not going to be the one that we use. That's because yesterday we had too many things to do. This is the real first one.
Yeah.
And this is what we're going to do in this one.
And this is what's happening for this one.
Please take it away.
Yeah. Well, the beginning was just like we planned it.
Mm-hmm.
The beginning was exactly the way we wanted it, and then carrying on to the next part is where we're going to tell you about segments.
Yep. Because this is a podcast. Yeah, you've heard a podcast before. Podcast, 2 people, couple maybe more, maybe guests or something. Listen to me. I'm turning my finger like this in a no way. Not about the guest. I mean, who knows? Life is long. And,
if you'd like to come,
definitely tell us.
Yeah.
But definitely, and that is also the truth about everything we say. It can change. But this is set in stone. We are doing segments of this podcast.
Yeah.
Different segments.
Different ones.
But it's always we are going to have a big idea.
Yeah.
Which we discover through talking and through the segments. Segments, for example, one of them we just might name like this, just off the top of our hats, would be, for example.
Yoda on the radio.
Yoda on the radio. It's a call-in game. The call-in, we call.
Yeah. The lines are open. But only to us. Yeah.
We call each other, ring, ring, ring.
Hello?
Something like this.
Hello?
Yeah, yes, hello, who is this?
Wait, I answered.
Oh, yeah,
well, this is the radio. You called into the radio.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
And who is this? And who is this caller?
Zim.
Thank you so much for calling. And can you tell us about it? Was there a bad cake that you ever made, or have you a favorite cake recipe?
Yes. My favorite cake recipe is one that I actually got from my Nana. She was a small lady who lived on the south of the coast.
Which coast was that?
Germany.
Oh, bad coast. That was a bad coast. Is she okay?
I just want to say about her that although she was mean, although she literally all she ever focused on was,
I just put you on speaker. I just put you on speaker. Sorry, did you see that?
excuse me. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. No,
I thought you hung up.
No, I just put you on speaker.
But I didn't hear the bing bong.
Yeah.
Okay, don't worry about this. I just wanted to say that my grandma made a cake that was definitely made out of carrots mostly, and for some reason it was still delicious.
And what is the difference, Zim, between a cake made out of mostly carrots and a salad?
I think the cooking.
Got
I think anything you put anything you put inside of a cake, that's going in the oven.
Right. Anything, and we know that the rules here in this world are anything that's ever been in an oven is a cake.
Obviously.
Yeah. Okay, Zim. Well, thanks so much for being here today.
No problem. Thank you for having me. And if anybody has anything to say to me, make sure that you definitely call me. My number is 0703053392.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ding dong.
Bing gong.
Okay. So, for example, that could be a segment.
Probably not, though.
Yeah. Well, it is now. We can't take it back, but we don't have to do it again.
Luckily, we don't have to do it again. Also, we cannot even do that.
We cannot even have done it that time?
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second. Relax. This is live radio.
Obviously, that's how I want to feel, except the way I feel is like, why do I talk like that all the time?
No.
Yeah, that's how I felt, and now I'm warm.
Wow, take it off your sweater. I didn't, wow.
But now I'm wearing a dress.
Yeah, and you're beautiful.
Abby.
Sorry, live with it.
Abby.
Live with it.
Well, it's kind of warm in here.
Yeah, I feel that too.
I'm going to take off my Velcro shoes.
Great. Is that it, or are you going to take off more?
That's it. Remember one time I was doing my show for you and Diedrich? Diedrich, what's up? That's one of our listeners. We love him. That's our friend Diedrich. And I did my show for them in this house that we rented in Denmark. And we were, I was just doing it for them. Probably at like 11:30 at night, I started doing my show for them. And it was so late. We were already done with a really long trip where we were tired. But we said we were going to do it in one of our notebooks that we wrote.
Yeah, we made a list. Oh, you know what? Okay, well.
That's good.
Yes. Okay, so that is an example.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we had a weekend.
That's my coffee, man. Don't fucking take that. Seriously, you don't even like it with like the... We had a weekend.
Yeah, we had a weekend. And at the beginning of the weekend, when we went to this house, we just made a list on a little notepad of all of...
Little?
Well, there was a little one, and then there was a big one.
Yeah.
This list was on the little notepad.
You're right.
Yeah. And that little notepad had the list kind of the segments of the weekend we were going to do. We weren't thinking of them as segments. We were just thinking of like things we could do. And we created this whole weekend of like, what if we had this weekend, the three of us, me and Lara and Diedrich, one of our listeners. Hi, Diedrich.
Hey, Diedrich, what's going on, man? I hope you're doing good. Nah, seriously, I wish you well.
Yeah.
He's funny. He's sweet.
He's funny. He's sweet. And we're going to talk about him a lot, probably.
Probably, sometimes.
Yeah. We're going to have to think of a name for Diedrich that's like Rala Baby.
That's good.
Cute.
Diedrich.
Diedrich. Okay. Well, we made this list of things we wanted to do, and we just kind of decided together that like this was a weekend where we got to like decide what reality was like and the way that people interacted with each other. Because the people were just the three of us. And the three of us are interested in that. And we want to be doing stuff like that. And so we made up things like accent time, 15 minutes. But you can do Diedrich's accent for a half an hour after that. Because he's Dutch, but he sounds English.
He sounds English.
There
was accent time. There was, for example, we had puzzles. We had a puzzle laid out on the table that you could always return to.
Idea time.
15 minutes.
That one was called Come Up With Some Ideas. And that was 15 minutes where we just came up with some ideas.
Yeah, we had the movie. We had an ongoing big sort of, what is that, a sketch pad?
Yeah.
And then at any point, anything happened, we were making a movie. So then, like, which we probably will make at some point. It was fun, that movie. And you could just, like, anything that would happen, you'd be like, that should go in the movie. And then you would go and write it down, and it would become part of the movie.
Oh, it was play dinner. We did that at the end. We like realized like play dinner like when you're a kid and you pretend to have
be
dinner.
other people.
Yeah, and your characters. And we which like of course many of these things sound like improv games, but it wasn't like it was just a play.
Yeah, it was like continuous also, and it was different sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And there was other ones that I was really excited by. We did Another World is Possible, but we pretty much like we'd start talking about something. Another World is Possible. You want to tell people?
Yeah, Another World is Possible is a game that I learned about from Pippi Kessler, who is a really great person you can follow on the internet and find out about smart things from. But she's a real person that I know in real life, and she's so smart. And she worked with young people, and she used to play a game with them where she had a giant piece of paper, and she just wrote on the paper, Another World is Possible. And then the kids would just say, like, okay, if anything is possible in the world, what would we want? And so it would end up being like, oh, ice cream trucks go down the street every day at 6 p.m. and it's free. But also, like, everybody has a place to live. Kids come up with great ideas. Kids come up with great ideas because they haven't forgotten how to think things are possible. And so
I go like this.
Yeah, it's really smart. And you know what's a really nice thing about that weekend is the three of us also have access to that when we're together. We can remember that things are possible. It's really nice.
It's really nice.
And so we were like going to do that on a big piece of paper. That this thing that they did at Row Camp, I think, is where this activity was created. And then but then we ended up just doing it all the time throughout the weekend and not on a paper. But like when we were trying to figure out a problem or like something about one of our relationships, and we were like, and it's just like hard for me to figure out how to talk to them about this. And then one of us would be like, okay, well, another world is possible. Like, what is something that you like really wish they just understood, but you don't feel like you can say to them? And then we got to have like a whole conversation like that. And a lot of times you start with this idea that's like, this isn't really possible, but if we were in another world, what would be possible? And then you find out it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's obviously awesome.
And that's what
we were doing
it
about, we were trying to think about phones for a little while. Just like, yeah, it's like these things, you don't want to think about them, but also if you never think about them, it's like nobody is thinking about it. Everyone's just annoyed at something. But it's like, give yourself the opportunity to have a conversation about it for a little while. I don't want to say conversation, but I know it's not. For a little while. Then you can like really kind of think, okay, how do I engage with this in a way that feels good for me? Because it obviously doesn't feel good most of the time. We didn't figure anything out like in a serious way, but we definitely talked about it.
And we definitely had a whole weekend where nobody was on their phones the entire time.
That was so nice.
And it was just like we were just together. And the only time we ever even thought about being on our phones, we were like, does somebody have one around to take a picture?
Yeah. That was really good.
It was great. It was amazing. And we also like every time we had a feeling that was like, the three of us together we were all together for 4 or 5 nights, but we were in this house for 3 nights. And whenever it was like we could see someone was about to give up on explaining something, we would just be like, okay, we're here. Why not just try to explain it to us? And like, we'll try to understand. We're like, everyone was really trying to understand.
Yeah. I think that would be like the main thing that felt like.
Yeah.
Like for me, that I kept talking about it like it was called Honesty Week in my head.
Yeah.
Just because like that's how I felt. I felt like everyone was trying to understand what everybody said, which meant that everybody was trying to say what they meant. But also it's like it was interesting because it felt like you could catch when something felt like, oh, I didn't understand that one, or like I didn't like feel like you were saying what you meant to say.
Yeah.
And then that was cool because it was like we were really trying to look at each other.
Yeah.
And that meant that both the looker and the person who was doing the thing that was being looked at, or like the person who was talking or whatever, was like aware of like, okay, these people, they want to know me. So how do I speak when somebody wants to know me? Which is a little bit different than the way that you speak all the time. And that part for me was revolutionary. It felt like, right, like I want to be known. Like that's really what I want more than fucking anything. I want to be known. Like not in a famous way, like in like a serious way. Like I want, and I mean, and that's like what, like one of the things that we talk about a lot is like what we try to do with our shows and stuff.
That one's your coffee. You have my coffee
I've
now.
hated my coffee.
That's my coffee.
I was like, my coffee tastes like it has no milk in it.
It has no milk in it because it's my coffee.
I've been really not enjoying it the whole time.
I had my first sip.
Yeah, I've had a lot of yours.
It's okay.
Well, not that much actually, because I hated it.
Yeah. Well, I just took a sip of yours.
And I don't think you have to worry about. You think you have to worry about being sick from me?
I'm not gonna worry about it. You're like faces on my head all the time.
It's true. And also, yes, I've been sick for like the longest time.
Yeah, but it's emotional.
It's obviously emotional. Everybody knows it's emotional.
Okay, but wait, I thought of a couple other things about
Say
the
all the
weekend.
stuff you thought. Okay, now I feel much better. In the beginning, I felt like a bit stiff.
Yeah, right. But
That's
we're
why we shouldn't. But you said we should play a game early on, and then I played a game like that.
Well, I
and
didn't.
then everybody
I
had to
didn't
listen to
say
that.
we should play a game early on.
You said we should play.
I said we should be playful.
I tried to get out of that
Yeah,
game. You
that-
saw me.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I tried to get out of the
I
game.
wasn't even trying to play the game. I was trying to list games we could play.
No,
But
you were
Then
trying to
you
play.
started to play that game, and I was like, "We're playing the game." What am
No.
I? No, but on the Yes and
No,
podcast.
because the way it went.
No.
Yes, I'm
play
just
it
gonna
back.
say
Play it
this.
back. You can't. It's live radio. This is live
that's
radio.
also true. You
Yeah.
can't play that back to anybody.
Yeah, and you're trying to emotionally play it back right now.
It's true. I've been shut down in a way that I agree with. So I gotta say.
Okay, but we're doing good now. This
Yeah.
is what it's gonna be like.
Okay,
it's gonna be
great.
like
and
this.
I think actually pretty honest of us to play a thing like that up at the top. A game that didn't go anywhere, and I talked about something that didn't make sense like that.
And also, if those people that turned it off,
Oh my God, get a freaking grip.
that was a test.
That was a test.
That was a test.
And you passed.
yeah.
And I got warm during that test. I had to reveal my
when you
dress.
were
I didn't
when
even
you were
want
doing
to.
that, I was like, maybe we
She's-
should start over.
Yeah. Of course.
yeah. But I'm glad we
Now
did
we've
it.
talked about it though. That was also the thing. I was like, maybe we just snip it.
Yeah. yeah. Yeah.
Now we can't.
Yeah. Well, we could start with
That.
this, and then we could play the beginning.
No, we're not gonna edit at all. Of course, it's gonna go out exactly as it is.
Okay, another example of a thing that we did that weekend
Mhm.
was and I think that like what the feeling that I had was just like really ultimately really trusting the people that I was with, and that and like being able to like ask for. So like one time I was like, "Can I yell at you guys?" And you were like, "Yeah," but like both of them were just like no questions, like. Yeah, and they're like, and can we yell back? And I was like, yes, you can yell back, but yes, you can yell back. I just want to like really, like, I'm not yelling at people. And I was like, I want to try it out. I want to see what that's like to just like yell at people. I kind of started doing it, like tiptoeing to it, but they both kind of looked at me like, what are you doing? You don't yell at people. And then I was like, oh, sorry, can I yell at you? I'd like to try it out. And then I started.
Wait, say, it was kind of like in a playful way, but it was like a big sort of like angry, but for no reason.
Yeah, about like, I don't even know.
Like be serious about stuff, and
Yeah.
like that, like kind of like
Yeah. Yeah.
frustration in general.
Yeah, and they were just kind of, and I was like, no, I want you to act like I'm really yelling. I want to really yell. And then they were like, yeah. And then they just let me yell at them, but then they weren't responding the way I wanted. So I was really yelling at them, and they were like, and I was like, no, you can yell at me back. You can be mad back, but don't look like confused that I'm yelling. I want it to be like I'm yelling.
That's normal.
And that's normal. And then, so we got to just like have things like that where then they were like, okay, got it. Like we were on set, but just like for feelings we wanted to try out.
That's special.
That was really awesome.
I forgot about that moment. That's funny.
Yeah.
Also, it's interesting now because it's been already maybe a month
Yeah.
since that happened. And it's like, there's some things that it's like, it is true that whatever you start telling is the thing that settles, right? Like you forget about the stuff that you don't tell about.
Yeah.
And I started very clearly calling it Honesty Week quite early on.
Yeah.
And then it became like that for me instead of maybe this like, yeah, because it was multifaceted this weekend. It wasn't like about one thing. And definitely being honest wasn't the main thing, but there was just like, that's what I like. I think it was the very clear lesson for me that I like took immediately, which was like, yeah, how to figure out people by letting yourself be figured out and like actively doing that. But then there was also
Well, yeah, it's just like I think that's a component of our personality or like our interest. The way that we engage in the world is that we are trying to figure things out and we want to be figured out.
Yeah.
But like there was this thing from that where we just realized we could let people in on it in a different way. We could be like make partners of the people around us, which we've been doing together. Like for our relationship.
Say again about make partners. What does that mean?
Well, just
also,
like
put your mic down a little bit. I feel like nobody can read your lips in this mic.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Make
partners.
Make partners out of like you could just invite anybody who's around you as to collaborate with you on that. Like for example, the yelling thing for me was like, instead of like trying that out in a way that is like. Like
okay.
Who else am I going to try that out on? My
First
kids? No, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, and
or
Abby
like
has kids.
And I do.
Yeah,
yeah,
and that's going to be surprising for at least maybe 3 people.
3 of my other kids that I haven't claimed yet.
Guys, don't come now. Come later.
This is our first podcast. Wait for later.
Wait for later. What I was going to say right now about that is about what you just said about bringing people in. That's one thing that I've been thinking about that we've talked about also, which is like that is a way to be sincerely playful and not take the piss. And like when we talk about also like the things that interest us about comedy, there are people who do comedy in a way that takes the piss. It's so funny for me to say take the piss, but
it is funny.
What is another way to say that? Like at the expense of someone.
Yeah. Take the piss. There are just some English ones that are good.
That one's good.
Faffing about is good.
Faffing about is awesome.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, and that means if you're not English, it's like screwing around.
Yeah, it's like all like you're around the thing. The thing is in the center, and you're like faffing about. Like I think actually, anyways.
Yeah, but every time I say like one of those English things, I'm like, I'm really gonna be saying this, but okay, they got some good ones.
Are you kidding? I'm saying so many of them. I love saying them.
Yeah,
it's fun. Like language is to be played around with. Anyways, what I think about the sincerely playful thing is like it's been very obvious for me lately how much I do not care for the other type of playing. Like, I don't care. I don't care if the game is somebody's not in on it and you're in on it and like that's you're sort of pranking them. It's not interesting for me. Even as well, because I went on this date with this guy, and it was like, he's funny. He was funny. I mean, he's funny with, like we made out at the bar, and then we left, and he told the people, she's my sister. And I was like, yeah, immediate, yeah. And then we walked away, and it was like, that was funny. That's a funny thing to do. But it's like, the thing that was funny was the shock and the, like, fucking freaking out that these people were, can I curse on this? freaking out that the people were doing, which is funny. But I feel like the way I want to be playful is I want to like ask a sincere question to someone who's sitting next to me, which actually I didn't tell you about, but the last date that I went on, we were thinking about ovaries, and like I was like, he said something about ovaries, and I was like, yeah, because those are the ones that, and I went like that, those are the ones that, and he said the ones that are. They're in the middle. We were like, oh, we don't know. Like maybe for that moment we just didn't know. And we were like really trying to think what ovaries are up to and what are they doing. And then we were like, this feels like they're like bags, but also like the eggs are in them. But like whatever. We couldn't like really figure it out. And then a woman passed by and he was like, what if we ask somebody else? And I was like, cool. Yes. This is exactly the type of thing.
Yeah.
Because he's like, let's Google. I'm like, no chance on earth am I going to Google.
Yeah.
But like an opportunity right now for us to engage actually, because it's not fake engaging with the world. It's real engaging with a real person who's now going to get to have an opportunity to see what they say.
Yeah.
And that's fun. And it's real. And then we asked this girl, she sat down at the table. Then she said, he's so good looking to me. And I was like, and me? And what about me? It was like funny and weird. And she obviously wanted to have sex with him. The whole time, that was mainly what it was about. Anyways, but it was like, that felt like an example of something that was sincere. It was sincerely trying to engage with the world. and deeply playful. Like, for example, wigs.
For example, wigs.
Wigs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
You
put them on.
one on, you go about your day.
Yeah.
You're also playing a game.
You're playing a game, but you're not at arm's length with the game.
Yeah. No.
You're playing the game.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yon and I, my partner and I, we have these. I bought them at the Royal Opera. They're these big, shiny, like disco ball suits with helmets with like little things that come down over the nose.
What are you saying?
Yeah, they're actually costumes from the outdoor production that the Royal Danish Theatre did of The Hobbit. And they did it in this beautiful park. And the Royal Danish Opera was selling old costumes. And me and my kids went and we waited in a line for an hour and a half.
No.
I'm not a line waiter. I'm like, if there's a line, it's probably not for me.
Yeah.
The things that are for me will come to me. But this was kind of like a nice outdoor line we could wait in. And they were patient for some reason. And they were like playing on rocks. And I was like, okay, we're just waiting in the line to go to the Royal Danish Opera's like costume sale. Well, I spent like $250 in there. That
makes so much sense also, though.
Yeah. So we bought these two, like they're made of like they're like heavy material, like the stuff that you like wetsuit material kind of, and they're covered in sequins, and they're like but they're huge, like men's size, like yeah, and then we wear them and you zip them all the way up. It's just one piece, and then you put on this helmet.
Everything is disco ball?
Yeah, disco ball from here down.
Chest.
And then we'll put a picture up, and then Jon is like a pretty kind of like serious person, playful, like kind, open-hearted, generous man, but like also kind of serious. He's Danish. He's been in the army. He's like he would like the dishes to be loaded in a certain way. But I bring home these outfits, and he's like, thank you. Yeah. And so anytime there's an opportunity to do something you're supposed to be dressed up for, especially if it's outside, because these are pretty warm suits, we're wearing these suits. It's like our suits. We're like, okay, we got to get dressed. Like,
For where, like, an example?
There's like a thing in Denmark where it's kind of like it's like Mardi Gras, like, but it's like the beginning of the thing, and you hit like basically a piñata outside that's like a bucket, and you like go to like a town square or something, and you hit it, and it's like people dress up like it's Halloween for that, and so like that kind of thing, or like on any costume party that has a theme that even could whatever. We're just like the last time we got ready for my friend's costume party, we were like kind of fighting. Oh no, it was for the festival. We were like kind of having a disagreement. That morning, we were both like, "Oh," but like we have to go to Festival. We have to go to this park, and we're just like annoyed with each other. We're like, "Go get the suits," and like zip up in these suits and put on these like helmets with little ears and like things. And we're like, "Oh my god, it's hard to stay mad."
You laughed?
I did a pretty good job staying mad for a while, to be honest. But I'm laughing now.
That's sweet.
Why am I talking about it though? Because when you walk down the street in those costumes, people like engage with us. And in Denmark, people aren't really engaging in this way all the time on the street. But people like will come up to us and be like, "Can I take a picture with you?" And it's just, or like they'll be like, "Are you? Wow!" They just look like. They just open up in this way that's just like they look like kids and they're seeing Mickey Mouse or something.
That's funny.
And it's really nice to be Mickey Mouse in that circumstance. And then you don't have to like you can just engage in like the nicest way, and it's just sweet to be around people when you and they have both had to take one extra step to think about like what the hell we're doing all the rest of the time.
It's really that.
Yeah.
It's actually, that is exactly what it is. Like, it is, yeah, it's a glitch. It's a glitch. It's the feeling. Yeah. And I mean, I've had so many, like, when I have a glitch sort of impulse, there's one thing that you and I both talk about also, like that, like, if you think of something nice to do, you should do it. 'Cause you thought of it right away, actually.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a burden because you go, "Oh my God, I got to make my friend a cake now." Mm-hmm. And you go, maybe I'll buy it. But like, you don't have to do exactly what you thought. But like, you do something nice if you thought of something nice. Like, take the opportunity, you did it. And I look into the camera, I go, "I'm serious." But I think that like also with glitch moments, like it feels like that's exactly when you should do. Like for example, when I love to smoke weed and get a massage. It's like honestly, if you already smoke weed and like just fucking get a massage with it's like what it is like an opportunity for you a little bit. I'm talking just a little bit of weed, one maybe hit or a tiny little bite of a edible, and you go to the place and then you put your head in the hole, and you get to feel immense amounts of bodily pleasure while you get like it kind of gives your head space to like think whatever in a very free way. Which if you get paranoid and stuff, don't recommend. Because it's a little bit scary because you have like endless possibility because it's like your body is part of it only insofar as that your body is like if there were a way to like measure how filled you could feel like in terms of pleasure, like you're filled all the way up. So then there's like a new freedom that your head has never experienced. That's what I feel. It's like it's amazing. And I get to think like I've had like short films come to me like in full. Like I have really like ideas that I can engage with. Kind of like Quaker meeting style. Actually, which, go ahead. Well, or maybe not.
We're going to be talking about Quaker meetings.
Great.
But I feel like we're kind of on a roll. And
Totally.
we're gonna talk about the big idea. Lara and I have started going to Quaker meetings.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that. I've been to only 2. Abby has been to 6 or something.
Something like that. We're beginners.
Beginner Quaker for sure.
But we're enjoying it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay.
There's that feeling of like this space for my head is sacred, and whatever comes up in this point, look at it. That's really it. It really is that. I'm like practicing that. Nice to notice, and I'll go ahead and burp about that. And the other day I was in London and I booked to get a massage because I'd get class pass. I pay for class pass, and by the end of the month, if you haven't used your credits, you either get a massage or you lose money. So I'm getting them. It's like if you don't work out during the month, you get to have a massage, and it's like that's not a good incentive for me at all. So pretty much I'm getting a massage every month, and I book the thing, I go there, I don't have my weed on me. I go, come on, I'm gonna have to get a massage, no weed? It's completely fine, doesn't matter. There's a small moment where I go, I would have loved to be able to think about this in this particular way with weed. But, okay, whatever. And then I go to the bathroom just before getting a massage. The guy's like, it's gonna be 10 minutes. I'm like, no problem, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom, and there's a group of men, older men, 40, mixed race, funny sort of group, like of like London geezer style, like, and they're all smoking weed outside of like in like a sort of parking lot area, and they're in their 40s, they're listening to music, and I'm like, there's weed right there, and I'm like, I go in the bathroom, I'm like, am I gonna ask these men if they'll give me a hit of their weed? And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna ask these men if they'll give me a hit of their weed, obviously. And I'm like, I'm obviously gonna ask these men. But I get out and I go out of the bathroom and I look at them and I go upstairs. I couldn't do it. And then I get upstairs and I'm like, who am I if I don't do that? I thought of it. I can. They might say no. Who literally cares? Just a hit. I go downstairs again. And I'm like, I'm walking towards them. All of them like turn out. They're like afraid of me. I don't know why this girl's coming.
You look like a cop.
What?
You look like a cop.
I look like a cop. I'm in a flowy skirt.
Yeah, one of those horse cops.
I go towards them and I'm like, hey guys, got a little bit of a weird question to ask you. I just wanted to know if maybe it's at all possible for me to get just a tiny little hit of your weed. I know that you don't want to give weed to everybody, but like if you could just, because I'm about to get a massage and I love to get a massage when I'm high. And if you guys haven't tried it, you definitely should. But if you just would give me, I went like that. And they're all like that. The guy, he hands me the thing. He's like, of course. They all laugh. The guy gives me a hug. He was so pleased that I asked. I was like, oh my God, I almost didn't ask that. It's so good that you asked. Awesome. Now I'm high. I got to get a massage. Had amazing ideas. Had a great time. Also, mainly what that meant for me was, I could do anything really.
Yeah.
Like the rules are whatever it is that you decide that they kind of are in a nice way. This is another thing I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Because, like, then you think about there's other stuff. When you start thinking, like, the rules can be whatever, yeah, there's something there.
Well, it's like I think the rules for me, that the way that is interesting is, like, if I'm moving toward other people.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, yeah, you can make the rules for whatever, and that's why we have billionaires and bad. But,
Yeah.
like, the rules, like moving towards other people, if you decide what the rules are, then it's like, it's really special. And sometimes people aren't into it. And that's not even their, like, it doesn't even say anything about them. It's like their day, it's their moment, or they hate it all the time, whatever. But like, if you have the impulse to do it, like even last night was the first night of your show.
Yeah.
Inkling just opened at the Melbourne Comedy Festival and it was amazing.
Thank you, Abby. Abby has directed my show. Abby and I direct each other's shows. We've done it for one round.
One round. Lada directed my show, the first 3 minutes of 17 shows.
Amazing show, incredible show.
It went
separate from
really,
me.
really good.
Yeah, it went really good.
And right now I'm directing.
It kind of went the best way that it could have potentially gone so far.
Yep.
And who knows, still.
Yeah, I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool. And then I directed Lada's show, Inkling, which was like in previews and work in progresses until last night when we went to the first show, and it was awesome. I was sitting there, I was in the back row, I was like vibrating. I was like, oh my God.
I had a lot of fun also. Yeah.
Yeah. And then afterwards we went to this, I just like wanted ice cream, like pulling people down the street. I'm like, just ice cream. What about that ice cream? We're standing outside of this ice cream place. People are Googling other ice cream places we can go to. I'm like, I just want to go in that ice cream place. We go in this ice cream place. It's crazy in there. They're playing music from 2006. It's Christina Aguilera. It's
fun.
like so fun. It's called Mondo Melbourne.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
You must.
This Italian guy who looks like he is a Miami Ken doll come to life is like he's like taking these little wooden double-sided spoons and he's like using them like a kayak oar and like dipping them in 2 flavors, and he says things like, this is chocolate hazelnut and this is green apple creme brulee, try them together. And he's like honestly, the first thing, he looked into my eyes, he gave me that, and that was what I ended up ordering, even though he gave me 800 samples. He's like a gelato fortune teller, and he made all of these gelatos, all of this stuff.
And he loved it.
Yeah, because we were having a great time.
Yeah, but like he loved what he did,
Oh,
and he
yeah.
wanted to share that real bad.
So
that's
bad.
Why, so he gave 1,000 samples, and also all the people who worked there, like I was trying to get raspberry and chocolate, and the guy kept being like, but did you try this one? And I had just tried it. I'll get, yeah. He's like, try it again.
Because the Ken doll guy with the helmet hair, he is the one who makes the actual flavors. And he was like, you got to try these pastries that my pastry chef made. And he was so proud of his pastry.
Like, turn around.
He's like, it's the girl with the glasses. Turn around. And he's like just so proud. It apparently opened 2 months ago, but we're in there with like some open-hearted people.
Yeah.
My producer Jenny was there. Sophie Hagen was there. Josie Long was there. Got the biggest open heart in the game.
Yeah.
And it was us, and we're just like dancing to this. We're having a great time, and we're really enjoying this place that he worked hard on. Outwardly, openly, loudly, we're having a great time. 15 minutes before he's supposed to close, this guy like comes out to us, brings us like every single treat in the book, packs us cookies to go, and he's like looking at us. He's like, "Your smiles are the reason that I," with an Italian accent.
Yeah, and he was like, and money can't buy this.
And money can't buy this. I don't do this for money. I do this for
your
this.
smiles.
But it's like, oh yeah, because we were just in this place where we could show up because we'd just seen Lada's show, which is like, if you want to open your little heart, that's going to be a way that you can go and do that. And we just like come in there, we're like excited, we're inspired, we're moved, we're really thinking about things, we're proud of our friend who's with us, we're like, it's, and then we just like, he just got to jump right into that feeling with us.
And he did so quick also. But that's also, yeah, like if you're, that feels like a heart propped open thing.
Yeah, right. So we've been thinking about this thing where it's like our hearts are very open when we're with each other. Like kind of when we're with each other, we're like up all the way open, like ba 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 ba. And then if we have like a little tiny like hurt, or we feel like
A bug got in.
or like or like the door closes a tiny bit, like we're kind of like, what happened?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But then it's like I can't walk around like that all the time. I got stuff to do.
First of all.
But like I'm just been thinking about it, like I can leave my heart like a door propped open. Like, and I think I do most of the time. Like sometimes I'm on the subway or I'm just like, I got to get somewhere and it's all the way closed. I just got to do what I got to do. But a lot of the time I feel like I'm happy I've been able to figure out to do in this life is to like leave it open a crack and like peek out if somebody walks by and be like, what are you? like a little girl chasing a bird, or like, oh my God, when somebody like older talks about their dad, I'm just like, okay, and then I can fling it open. And it feels really good. But yeah, it's just, it feels very special how in contact with the hinges I feel when I'm with you. Like this relationship is so like a really, really gratifying one for openness for me. And so it's like, obviously we want to make a podcast.
Yeah, obviously.
And invite you into that feeling.
You.
So the big idea
Yeah, the big idea is this podcast.
is this podcast today.
Yeah, today.
Yeah, another big idea will probably be Quakerism, and we'll talk about that one.
Yeah.
Another big idea will probably be
I think like
many other ideas.
Yeah, but for example, maybe also we can talk about the way in which we think about comedy and why we do it, and
right.
and how we care about it. And also we'll have a segment which is things that got us, which will be a moment where we were moved to tears. Also another thing that we can talk about at some point is like the ability and possibility of being able to be close to crying and close to laughing pretty much all the time. And like, yeah, we're going to be like that. We're going to talk about things like that we care about. And I guess this is like, just so you know, you should listen to this if you are interested in literally any of the stuff we said. And then we'll talk about our relationship. We'll talk about our collaboration. And then we'll talk about literally all the things that we get excited about while we've been excited about them. We can talk about the making of your show. We can talk about the making of my show. We can talk about those are things we get to talk about. And also, like, everything is an excuse to actually talk about whatever it is that we want to talk about. We'll tell little stories about stuff. That feels good to me.
Yeah, I'm listening to this. I'm like, I love this podcast.
Yeah. I mean, this is made for us, but also for whoever's like us. If you're interested and I don't know, kind of like us. If you don't speak when you look at your camera, it won't auto cue to you.
Oh, okay, but it feels sexy.
Yeah, for sure, but just definitely speak so then it knows to turn.
Okay, but okay.
That's good.
Thanks.
And what about my foot has been there the whole time? That's not right.
Well,
I don't actually care about that. Right now, I just said that like as if like, don't look at me. I don't care about that. Sometimes I borrow stuff from other people and immediately it feels like, what am I even...
But that's why it's borrowing. You give it right back.
That's true.
Okay.
Also, yeah, that. And also being able to change our mind about absolutely everything we say.
Yep. It's live radio.
It's live radio. Don't quote.
Don't quote.
But like totally feel free to make a shirt.
Anything that we say that you think is smart, funny, inspiring, go ahead and play back the tapes.
Yeah.
Play back the tapes, embroider it on a shirt. But if anything, you're like, they really say that? That seems like a stupid thing for them to say.
Don't worry about that.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
It was
literally
live radio.
Didn't. We literally didn't say that. We actually didn't say that.
And those are the rules.
Yeah.
And you're invited to partake in them here.
Yeah. And if you don't, that's how I feel. If you're listening and you don't want to partake in the rules,
Yeah. Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
Don't then. Do not then. And that's what we think.
Yeah. But please do.
Yeah, of course. We invite you so hard.
Okay. And now we'll sing that. I'm kind of guessing the time, but I feel like I'm right.
You
Yeah.
are.
I'm exactly right.
45?
Yeah. Exactly.
I
right.
felt like it too.
Yeah, I was like, okay, now we're gonna sing the end of the show song.
Yeah. Also, that's the thing that we get as a gift because of the fact that we do comedy, and it's like minutes in your body.
Yeah, I'm like, it's the end of the show now.
Yeah, it's the end of the show.
We decided yesterday they're gonna be 45-minute episodes.
That's nice.
Yeah.
45 minutes, a clip and a half.
Okay, so this is the end of the show song, and we hope that you'll join us again on Rala and Baby, the big idea.
Whoa.